The following episode may contain sensitive content. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to The Show Must Go On. I'm Tracey.
And I am Nikki, and we are here to judge everyone. And especially today, we're judging white straight men hard, very hard.
One of my favorite things to do.
Oh my
They
God.
make it so easy. I'm sorry.
No, they're giving us content for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean,
thank you.
you guys will understand. Well, after you know what we're discussing today, but also after the events, the political events of today. This is embarrassing. This is a shit show.
If you didn't think it could get any worse.
Yeah, we all thought we were rock bottom, and he said, no, let me dig in a little bit more.
Yeah, seriously. And then just the earth fell
Let
out
me
from under us.
bury you guys.
Yep, literally. Got out the shovel.
Oh my God. Oh, this is why people make fun of this country. If you ever thought that it was because of something, no, this is it. This is it. We are living it right now. Every day is something new.
Like, I am so embarrassed.
So embarrassed. Ugh. But you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna give it attention. But
Yeah. No, just to laugh at what people say about it. But
I also
because you
like
kind of have to, otherwise we're gonna lose our shit.
yeah, and I love that the fuck around find out because they're all realizing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Ugh. Okay. Wait. So I have to tell you that I watched a couple of things.
Okay.
So I watched, I can't remember if we talked about this, but probably we haven't. So I watched Sirens.
Oh, okay. How was it?
I liked it. Um, I don't want to give too much because maybe you and I will discuss it one day because it's worth the
Okay.
discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But the performances, of course, amazing actresses
Right.
in this
Yeah, I
show.
love Julianne Moore.
And I also watched Echo Valley with Julianne Moore and Sydney Sweeney.
Love it.
And I was like, because it was like back to back, and I was like, this
Yeah.
lady and Nicole Kidman do not stop, and they love playing rich white women.
Yeah.
They
They're
really
good at it.
do. They
They're good
look
at
good
it.
too.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
rich too. Like you just put a little scarf on them and game over. They're ready for their
Right.
next role. Yeah.
That's true.
I
That's
wonder if
true.
that's one of the requirements. They're like, if my character is not rich, I'm not gonna play it, you know?
If I don't look like I'm constantly vacationing in the Hamptons, I don't want it.
I cannot wait for you to watch these.
Okay.
So good.
Recommendation station.
Recommendation station, Echo Valley and Sirens. And I think there was something that, well, I've been in the fucking Love Island hole. Okay, first of all, I need you to tell
Uh-huh.
me if you knew this. I did not know this show came out every day except for one day of the week.
Had no idea.
Okay, because I basically found out over the weekend because I was like, damn, we can't fucking catch up. I'm like, how many episodes are there out there?
Oh.
And I was like, let me look this up. I was like, Google. I'm like, what days does Love Island come out? Comes out every night, Thursday to Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And Wednesdays we don't have uh an episode.
And how long are the episodes?
1 hour and 15. Yes.
Is there that much stuff that's happening?
Yeah, because they're there right now.
Wow.
So
Okay.
basically, it's like also interactive. Like you download the app and the audience can vote them out, which is really embarrassing because sometimes they're like, the people that got the least votes go over there. And now the other islanders are gonna vote one of you out. So you gotta like
Uh-huh.
vote out your friends.
Wait, I am so confused by that because I don't watch the show. So it's like, wait, aren't they there to like find love? But why are they
So
voting
you're
people
also,
out?
so basically, this is what happens. Like you gotta be coupled up, and there's a point that if you're
Okay.
not coupled up, if you're single and vulnerable, you get voted out. But
Okay.
they also do times that it's like the fans are voting while they're watching.
Hmm.
And this past week, it was basically like very shocking the past 2 days, which by the way, there's a guy there, his name is Jeremiah, that you would drool over him. You specifically. You'd be like, oh, hey, baby.
Is he chocolate? Milk
He's a
chocolate?
little chocolate milk that is probably almond milk because it will not disrupt your stomach.
Yeah, me
He's
and
a
dairy do not mix.
very, like, I think from all of them, he is the most, he should be an actor that plays like a cop, like Shamar Moore, like that type
Oh,
of beauty. Like, he's so
mm,
beautiful. He has beautiful features, you know, he's
okay.
really, like, he seems very nice. But this past, like, couple of days, they were like, they did like a voting, and the people with the least votes, it was three guys and three girls. So the girls voted one girl out from those three, and the
Okay.
guys voted one guy out from the three with the least votes. It was
Right.
very shocking.
Okay.
Uh, because you would think they would vote out the people that don't have connections,
Mm,
that are not kind of coupled up, but they didn't.
sure. I'm assuming you win money at the end of this.
That's what I asked, and they do. Even if
Okay.
they
I would.
didn't win money, I would watch it at this point because it's so bad. It's like
Lots
watching
of
a
drama.
slow car accident happen, like slowly
Yeah.
crashing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then the only thing that I'm like, oh, this is so gross. It's like when a bombshell because it's not, oh, hold on. Why is that girl calling me? Let me make sure
Tell her
it's
to call
not.
you back. We're talking about Love Island.
Yes, exactly. Also, like
This is important.
like I'm recording, I can't pick up. Okay. No, Kathy. Figure it out. Do not disturb. This is a girl that's covering me at the law firm.
Oh
Uh,
gosh.
like
Kathy,
this,
figure it out.
it's your new job. Like, why are you
Right.
calling me 3 minutes before class starts?
No, no, girl.
Okay. So basically, back to the important things.
Yes, please. I'm trying to understand.
Wait, where did I leave off?
Okay. We were talking about people who were popular got voted off, and oh, it's for money. They do win
Yes.
money.
Yes. Um, But what I noticed is like you have to be buddies with people to not get
Mhm.
voted off. If they choose like
Sure.
your islanders to vote you off, because they voted off people that had connection. But I was like, but they weren't buddies with with the other islanders, you know? Like you have to be
Mm.
friends with them. I feel
Right.
like.
It's a popularity contest.
I feel so. I feel like it's a little bit like that. But yesterday what they did is like they brought six new guys and then like six new girls, and they separated all the couples and put all the girls in one side with the new guys and all the guys with the new girls. And they're like, you have to be coupled up in the next few hours.
Oh,
Otherwise, you'll be single and vulnerable. Yeah.
wow.
It's very savage, but oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. The making out. It's so fucking gross. It is so
Ugh.
gross because they come in, the bombshell comes in, and they put
Oh,
all
right.
the guys there, or vice versa. If it's a guy that comes in, they put all the girls and they cover their eyes and they go one by one making out with them. And I'm like, are they doing mouthwash in between?
Oh, no.
Because otherwise you're just transmitting saliva to another person.
I hope they got their mono shots.
Oh, ugh, nasty.
That's disgusting. I'm
It's
sorry.
so
Ick.
disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Uh,
Yeah,
but okay, I guess I kind of get it. I mean,
yeah,
like why it's a popular show and all the social media about it and stuff.
yeah, yeah. Um, it's just really good trash TV.
Right. I mean, listen, I'm not going to knock it. I watch shows that are terrible, but like you need that escapism. So, like,
It's so
I'm not
bad,
going to
Tracy.
talk shit. Yeah. At
Like
least, like,
sometimes
you're
I'm like
aware.
covering my mouth
Yeah.
because I'm grossed out. I'm like the germs, everything. Like this
Yeah.
ain't okay right now.
Well, they're all really young. So it's like they're living their
Yeah.
20s. I did
Mhm.
some really gross things when I was young. So,
Yeah, no, but you didn't make out with like seven guys back to back and they had their eyes closed.
yeah. And I
And
didn't do it on
some of
camera.
them, no, you didn't do it like that. You probably had a sip of water in between. And some of them like
All right.
go
Shot
like
of
that,
vodka.
like, and I'm like,
Ah!
yes,
Oh.
exactly. And there's this one guy that's still in it. His name is Austin, and you can tell he's a bad kisser, and he's trying
Oh.
so hard. I was like, hey, are you munching on her lips?
Little snack.
It's like one of those, like, it's like,
Oh no. Oh. You would think with all the practice that he'd get
I'm
better.
like, you have kissed so many girls. Why are you putting your lips like that?
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
that's traumatic.
Yes. Very traumatic. Enough with
Oh
my
god.
Love Island segment here.
No, that's fine. Thank
I'm
you for
done.
explaining.
I am obsessed with sunrise uh
On the reaping?
on the reaping. I always want to say it the other way around.
Yeah.
Sunrise
Yeah.
on the reaping. I'm more than halfway, and it's just nice to see names that I know, the
Mm-hmm.
characters,
Yep.
and they're in the games already. Um, it I'm just very excited, and I just feel like this movie is not gonna come out for 2 more years.
I think
If
it's
they're casting right now, that's not gonna come
yeah.
out for anytime soon because there's a lot of special effects too. Like the
Oh,
post-production must be insane.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's slated for November of 2026.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. And
So,
is there a sequel to this book or no?
I don't know what she's gonna do.
Okay.
We'll
It's
see.
really like I don't want it
But
to be over.
I know it's
So
one of
I'm
those.
reading it
Yeah.
slowly. I'm like, okay, stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's so well written too, and the characters have so many layers to them, and I
Mhm.
fucking love because we don't get to see them we don't get to see it on film what they're thinking.
Right.
That's like my
Right.
favorite part.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. I really
Um,
liked it. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I'm
So,
enjoying it hard. Too
yeah.
much. I look forward to it, but I'm like always stopping myself. I'm like, nope, nope.
See, and
You
I
want
did
to
the
make it
opposite where I was like,
last.
one more chapter, one
Right.
more chapter. Like, I'm one of those. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's just
I'm
very hard for
impatient.
me to find books that I'm gonna be like hooked in. But I'm
Right.
glad I'm getting like
Which,
hooked
yeah,
in one that I really like.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Not like that one book that we read, the old ladies
Oh,
one. Good grief.
all the single ladies.
All the single ladies. What were we thinking?
It was like number one in the New York Times,
It
like
was
for weeks. And I was like, okay,
all her
sure.
friends loved it. All the rest
Yeah.
of the
Well,
ride.
yeah. Dorothea Benton Frank, which, like, she is a
Yes.
very popular writer,
Yeah.
but she's definitely a specific group. Like, she has a niche audience, I'm sure. And we were not that.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
good grief.
Good.
Yeah.
One of the worst books.
Okay. So have you watched anything or no?
So
Okay.
I've actually been, you're probably not going to believe this. I've actually been watching all of the Final Destination movies.
I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that.
Well, I beat you to it. You're too busy watching Love Island.
Tracy, when does it come out, the new one? I wanted to do that so bad. And I said to Clay, I was like, let's do it. And he's like, no. And I'm like, fuck.
The movies are really short. They're only like an hour and a half long.
I mean, I know how many ways can people fucking die?
Well, actually, quite a few. Believe it or not, there's quite
There's
a few
five
ways.
of them, right?
Yes. I'm on the
Okay.
fifth one.
Okay. Wait, so when does the sixth one come out?
I don't, well, I know it was in the movie theater, so I'm not sure when it's going to be coming. Hopefully on
Oh,
Max,
oh, it
HBO.
already came out to the theaters?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be coming to streaming soon.
Oh, I remember. I just watched Straw with
Oh,
Taraji.
okay.
Yes,
And
Giovanni was right. I hope she gets nominated for this role.
okay.
Her performance, I think that was probably, if not her best performance yet.
Okay.
Even the way she ran.
Well,
Oh
then
my
I guess I
God.
got to watch
It's
it.
it's it's Tyler Perry's
Right.
production.
Which, no offense, like I've watched a couple of his
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. There like,
some of them,
the story is very, very interesting, but it does have like, sometimes he puts this soap opera music in the background. I'm like,
yeah, they
what
can be a
we
little
doing here?
cheesy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't need it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but her fucking performance, Tracy,
Okay.
and the story is good, like really, really fucking good. Like, holy
Okay.
shit. I was not expecting the ending at all. So
Okay. I
watch it
just
when you
love
get a
all the,
chance.
I will. I just have been seeing on TikTok where it's like my parents' reaction to watching Straw.
Yeah.
And the parents were always like, wait, what?
Really?
What? Yeah, what just happened?
Yeah. It's
So,
it's one of those. Oh my God, I can't freaking wait. I can't freaking wait for you to watch it. Maybe we should discuss
okay.
it.
I was thinking about it's been number one on Netflix.
Okay, so let's do
So,
that next week
okay.
because it's really good. It's really, really good.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Let's do that.
well,
So guys, watch Straw and then
and then you heard it here first. Please, it's so good. Okay,
okay.
should we dive in? We've been talking for hours. I've been talking for
Dive
hours.
in. No pun intended.
Oh, great segue.
You're so good at segues. I love it.
Really?
And it's like yes, it's like unintentional too.
Yeah, I'm like, they're just coincidences. I'm not fucking planning this shit. That's
Well,
what
that's
he
when you do
said.
your that's when you do your best work though. So
Thanks. Improv queen.
I, I love it.
Okay, since we're gonna dive in real hard right now, um, I'm gonna tell you all what we are discussing today. Today we're discussing dun 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 Titan, the OceanGate disaster. So basically, this documentary examines the CEO's Stockton Rush quest to become the next billionaire innovator and the doomed underwater endeavor that called into question the price of ambition in the depths of the ocean. Oh my God. Tracy, tell me your thoughts about this. Let's talk about before we go into this case, what do you think about the documentary?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the documentary, I think it leaves a lot to be desired. I wanted more about what's going on now with like the investigation and
Hmm.
everything. Um, I don't think it paid enough attention to the victims. Like I wanted to hear more about them.
Yeah,
But I also I don't know if they didn't do that because it's still an ongoing investigation. There's lawsuits,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
so they can't maybe do too much. In which
Yeah.
case, they only talked a little bit about Stockton Rush, the CEO,
Hmm.
like his schooling
Yeah.
and stuff. Give me
Yeah.
more of that. Like I kind of wanted to know
Yeah.
more about his background.
His childhood, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to learn more about that because I feel like it was an hour and 51 minutes. And I feel it was a lot of the same thing. It was very
Hmm.
repetitive. So I think they could have condensed it.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, not the best documentary I've seen.
Hmm.
But there were parts of it that were interesting.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I agree with your thoughts too. I wanted more, but I always love to know their way of thinking. Why
mhm,
was he like that? They give us a lot about like where his family is from and all this stuff, but I'm like, what was his childhood like?
right.
Why was he so ambitious to the point of putting people's lives at risk, you know? But I kept thinking at the same time, I'm like, this was so recent
Mhm,
that I don't think they can give us a lot of information either. I even
right.
thought, that, all these people that were interviewed, I was like, can they be talking,
Yeah.
because they're basically probably part of the investigation, even though they left, but I did want more and more and more um, when it came to like basically thinking, okay, this is what I really want to do. This is like a submarine. I want to do a submarine. What
Yeah.
made him like be like, this is what I'm gonna do, because it just felt very general,
Hmm.
you know? Although I
Yeah.
did like that they were very specific about the details of the building of the submarine.
Hmm.
So in that sense, I was like, well, that that way we know what the fuck actually happened because I all the information that I had was from TikTok, you
Yeah.
know. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it was very old or it wasn't approved and all that stuff." But in the documentary,
Hmm.
we were able to kind of understand scientifically, what was
Yeah.
the issue with it,
Sure.
and why wasn't what from the beginning it wasn't going to be successful.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think I want it more. But I do agree with you in the sense of there was a lot of dragging of it, of the same information over and over again.
Hmm.
And just to dive into it, I was thinking about that influencer that we saw like almost at the end, and I said that kid needs to do something in his life. Like he's meant to be alive right now
Yeah.
because what are the chances? Like that could have been his. that could have been when it happened, when he was supposed to go
Right.
in.
Right.
And it just, the universe kept avoiding it, or God, or like whatever you believe in, kept
Hmm.
making sure that he didn't get on and inside, you
Right.
know. So
Yeah. I know he was very emotional because he was like, that could have been me.
he tried like 2 times.
Yeah.
And it was like the weekend before or 2 weeks
Hmm.
before it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's scary.
That's so scary.
I would never want to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing it out. I have no interest in scuba diving or
No.
anything like that. I just think we're not meant to traverse that far down,
Also,
you know?
respect the sea.
Thank you. We don't have gills. So, like, we're
Like,
not, don't do it. I know it's
respect the sea.
fascinating. Yeah, it's a
Don't go in
fascinating
there.
place, but
Don't go in there and don't throw shit in there. That's the
I
two. That's how
know.
you show respect, period.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know if you thought about this, but at the beginning of the documentary, when they're showing like they're on their boat and they're gonna bring the submarine, I was looking at the water so choppy, and I was like, you would never find me.
No,
You would
I was
never
getting
find
seasick.
me. Yeah. Also, the fear
Yeah.
looking at that water
Yeah.
and how, because it's like north as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, I go on a little cruise here and there. We go to the
Yeah.
tropical places.
Right.
But you went on a cruise and you felt the thing being very choppy. Imagine
Yeah.
one of those little boats.
No,
No,
it's
no, 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 no,
it's
no.
scary. Like you
Scary.
realize how small you are when you're just out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh my God. And it made me think too of, I think. I think in the podcast, My Favorite Murder with Karen and Georgia, they cover a story of a little girl that survived in the sea.
Hmm. Yes.
And you were just saying you feel so small.
Yes.
Imagine being a little kid on a boat by yourself in the middle of that.
No. Like that whole story is so fascinating. And there's a book that she wrote. It's like
Yes.
Orphan of the
In
Sea
this
or
of the
something like.
sea. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
I
that. Yeah.
really need to read it because it is so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
just being able to survive, like there's been other stories that they've covered of like men who are lost at sea in like a little raft and them eating seagulls and the fish and surviving
And
or
being
some not
basically
surviving.
dehydrated because you can't fucking drink that either.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I'm saying. So frightening to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Respect the sea for sure. That's
wow.
all I have to say. And the
Exactly.
podcast is over. Bye, guys.
Yeah. And stay out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Okay. So let's first, I did not know his wife was so involved in his career, you know?
Nope. Wendy Rush
Yes,
is her
because
name. Yeah.
I kept thinking, I'm like, if there was a woman involved in this, they would have stopped it. But I wonder how convincing he was. But he was also
That
firing people if they spoke against it.
right. Yeah. Or it's like maybe she was disillusioned too. Maybe she just really wanted these submersions to be successful. Um, who knows? His enthusiasm, rubs off on people.
Oh my God, please. I cannot. None of
Yeah.
my
I don't
business.
know. I also they did they really say what her background is?
No, what is his background too? Because they
Yeah, I
kept calling him
know.
CEO, and I'm like, CEO of the submarine that fucking exploded? Like, that's the CEO he is?
Well, that's the thing. He's CEO of OceanGate,
Okay.
of this like submarine company. But that I know, like, did I miss something of like how it really started? Because I know it's at a university, but
Yeah.
like, how do you get the funding for this?
Well, let me tell
That's
you,
the
because I
thing.
do have a theory. You know how they kept saying that that they were running out of money. I was
Yeah.
like, he want to get these expeditions going
Hmm.
because he probably needs the money to pay for all these fucking loans or whatever it is, however they're like getting that to work. I have no idea how that
Right.
works. But I kept thinking he's just desperate for the money.
Oh,
Because
sure.
how many times did he say that they were going to do it over the summer? I was like, there's no way you're doing that 20 times.
Yeah.
That ain't going to survive 20 times.
Yeah.
And it was
And
like
like,
1 million every time or some shit like that.
yeah. And the materials to build it, which that's another thing too, because it's like he was using carbon fiber to build this
Which
submarine.
definitely didn't work for the water.
Okay, thank you. That's what I'm saying. They're doing all these tests, and he's like, yeah, we're hearing all these popping and creaking sounds.
Red
If you're
flag.
you're a scientist, part of being a scientist is following through with different trials and hypothesis. If one material doesn't work, maybe try something else. So why are you still using the carbon fiber
Because it's
if it's
cheaper.
not working?
That's what it meant, that he was gonna save money
I guess,
and
but I
that
feel like
it was lighter. I don't know how you feel about the fact when he went in and he was just sitting there with his remote control.
the
I,
fucking like PlayStation controller too blows my mind. Like that's how you're navigating this thing.
no, sir, no. The moment I like when they showed him, I was like, I'm already claustrophobic. Like I cannot
Yeah.
be in this right now. And then I don't know if you notice this either. When they close it, it's like this, like with a screw.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, excuse me, it's not a fucking
I
door
know.
that I can open if anything happens.
Right.
No, we're fucking locked in here.
Yeah. I know. I just had so many questions. Like I'm not a scientist, but it's like that doesn't seem right.
No, it does
Like
not.
that seems like there should be a better way to do all of this.
And then like
But
when they would show the frequency
yeah,
and you know how it was for a while like the pops were low and then like after a few uh
the more they would submerge,
it was
like the
like
deeper they'd
the
get.
popping like, if I was in there, T, and
No,
I'm hearing the popping, I'm like, get me out of here right now.
I'm not getting in there in the first place. Let's just
Exactly,
there's
exactly.
that.
Even in the testing room, I would be like, this ain't right. Like that
I
girl that was like,
yeah,
I left.
the intern. She started out as the intern, right?
And then
Which
they're
yeah,
like, you're
like they're
gonna be the face of it. I'm like, did I even deserve that promotion?
and she has no piloting experience. That's the thing too. Which
And they're like,
like
oh no, I'll pilot it. But he was a narcissistic motherfucker because he had
see
that one other pilot, and he was like, no, I'll
David,
do it. What that was his name?
the like Scottish guy. Yes.
Yes.
So
Oh, he was
David
Scottish. I thought he was
Lockridge.
Irish. Yeah, okay, okay.
Oh, maybe he is.
I don't know the accents.
I'm sorry to this man, Irish, Scottish, but
Yes.
yes, David Lockridge is his
Well,
name.
yeah,
So
he was like, no, let me do it.
when he yelled at him, he was like, "You're fucking doing it wrong. Give me that."
Yes, they could have been stuck down there. Can you
Yeah, he was like, he almost
imagine?
crashed.
Can
No,
you imagine?
no,
And he basically saves them, and his first reaction is to be like the silent treatment.
right,
And then don't put him in any emails.
right. Like a child. You go against him at all, and then he retaliates.
We need his childhood in a documentary.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to him to make him so narcissistic and like ego
Yeah,
maniacal, where it's like
yeah.
if you don't listen to what he says, then like you're out of his life.
Hmm.
Because they showed like one of his report cards, and he did not do well in school.
Oh no, he was an
So
average
it's
student.
like wait, he was like C minus D student. That's like below
Yeah, but
average.
that's basically everyone. That's why I call him average.
Oh,
Only very
well,
special people are up there, you know?
I mean,
Also,
I'm
school
not a
wasn't the way
genius, but
that.
I did way better in school. But okay, listen, fine. Even if you don't want to go there, there are some very intelligent people who don't do well in a classroom setting, in a structured environment.
Yeah,
They're
but
more
still, I feel like
creative.
anyone that is science-y, you know, anyone that is involved in like biology and like, the sea studies, they are smart motherfuckers, you
Yeah,
know? So I don't even like, let's say they do their report cards and they have like bad grades, but I'm sure that in the nature and science and biology and all this stuff, top tier A plus, you know?
sure.
Because they're usually really, the people that usually do this are very smart. And this mumfo was not at all.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Like,
just don't think he was as intelligent as he thought he was, that he just had
I think he knew he
this,
wasn't fucking smart.
which is why he would get so defensive when people would go against
Yes,
him.
exactly. I think he knew he was failing. I think he knew he wouldn't get away with it in it like at the end because all the smart people, the science educated people, the ones that
Hmm.
know the fucking system and the chemistry and the science under on all of this are telling you no. Who do you think? Usually these people are the ones that think that they are God. God complex, savior complex, whatever it is. You
Right,
are not going to save anyone and you are not going to be above anybody. Like,
right. I know. That's why I'm like, what happened in this guy's life that he acts this way? Can I meet his parents? Are his parents alive?
probably not.
Probably not.
I
But
don't think so.
did he have any siblings like that? I just am so curious. Or like friends that grew up with
His
him.
siblings are
What was he
probably, we
like?
don't talk to him. He was an asshole.
He seems like it. I mean, that one clip that we got when that whole excursion happened where Stockton's piloting and David is
Yeah.
like, "You don't know what you're doing. Give me
Yeah.
the controller."
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he does the test
Yeah.
of the submarine submersible, and he's
Yeah.
like, here's everything that's wrong with it, it's not safe to go in the water.
Hmm.
And then he gets the email, oh, we're going to have a meeting, and then they have the recording, and basically David is going through and saying, I sent this email because it's top priority of safety, and that includes you,
Yeah.
Stockton.
Yeah.
And Stockton's basically like, I guess we just have
You
to
can't
fire
tell me
you.
what to do.
Yeah, he's basically like, okay, well, I guess this means you're fired.
Yep. Yeah.
What
A
the fuck?
child. A child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That poor guy. And then the whole thing with like the lawsuits afterwards. And then he was like, I just had to give up because it's just so much money. And it's like Stockton knew it. He bet on the fact of, I'm just gonna run this out and bankrupt you, and it's not gonna go anywhere.
What a fucking asshole. And well, I don't know if you have this in the fun facts. I doubt it because this is like a random ass question. I'm like, I wonder how much they got paid for this documentary.
Oh,
The like I know it's just like very random.
yeah,
Um,
that's okay.
because these people like first, you start in a project that you believe in
Mm-hmm.
and you know to be very passionate about it and to then to have this horrible experience
Mm-hmm.
and after that, oh, okay, now I have to find a job You know, maybe you'll be, because you're so specific with your career and what you do. Maybe, you know, maybe you won't be able to get a job right away, you know, because it's very rare what you do. And then you're in this lawsuit paying all this money to lawyers. So I'm thinking like I hope Netflix pay them. It's Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pay them, you know, somehow enough money for them to, you know, make a little bit for a few months, you know. I mean, I'm sure they
Yeah.
all have jobs now. It's been 2 years already. I can't believe
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, so
But still,
yeah,
some sort of compensation.
yeah.
Because even like just the trauma, I feel like, of having to work with this
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
Because I understand, like, it seems like a very noble, you know, like wanting to try to build something to see the Titanic, and a
Yeah.
lot of people are so interested in it, and I
Yeah.
feel like if anybody else was in charge, it maybe would have been fine.
Yeah.
But you get someone who cares more about making money and
Yeah.
becoming famous over the security and safety of yourself and others,
Yeah. But let me
and
tell you,
that's when you go
T,
downhill.
these these people, it's just like people like him, it's just very hard. You know, there was a lot of people being like, "Oh, you shouldn't like make fun of them," you know. But I'm like, people like him, because there was a moment that we're like, "Damn, TikTok is going wild with this."
Hmm.
It's like people like him are narcissists because, you
Big time.
know, yeah, we heard that they kind of knew that it wasn't gonna work out, but once you watch that documentary, that show was gonna fail from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is a piece of shit. He chose to
Yes.
put so many fucking people in danger. Every single
Hmm.
time they did an excursion like under the water, every single fucking time, even when they were testing it out.
Yeah.
Because even if that
Yeah.
explodes right there when it goes under, you know,
Yeah.
you're killing 5 people every fucking time, you know?
Right. Yeah. I know. That's what just blows my mind is like, you just know something's not going to work, and you just continue to go along with it, and hope that it goes away. Oh, it'll be fine.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's very, very disappointing. Very, very.
Terrible. And
Um,
not listening to, like you said, to the people who actually like know
to
what they're
actually
doing.
know, yeah, because it makes you feel small, probably because you have an issue. Sir,
Right.
you need to go to therapy
Yeah. Well,
if you
too
cannot
late
take any
now.
feedback, you know? Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Um,
Because there was that engineer that he brought on, Tony,
yes.
and even like after a while, he was like, "This isn't gonna work."
Yeah, no, sir, this ain't gonna work. We need to figure out a different way.
Right.
Um, hold on. I wanted to talk about, yeah, we had Tony and then the daughter of the French guy that died.
Sydney.
Yes. Oh my God. Just knowing that your dad is about to do something he always wanted to do, and your dad going in there trusting
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
it's a safe device that you can go on.
Right.
And my God, my heart breaks, you know, for all these
Yeah.
people, all
Yeah.
the victims, basically. There was that one
Right.
kid that he actually didn't really want to go. That was
I
all over
know.
TikTok 2 years ago. And he
Yeah.
was going to keep his dad company.
Yep. Yeah. I am 19 years old.
Oh, poor baby.
Mm.
Oh my God. It's very dark. Very, very dark.
Because I think it's just such a tragedy because it could have been avoided.
Yes.
Like it just
Yeah.
didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
But because you had one man who
Couldn't take no for an
didn't,
answer.
thank you, exactly,
Yeah.
just cared more about the fame and the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And it's scary
I
because it's like he's not the only one. Like there's probably plenty of other people who are in charge
yeah.
of companies.
Yeah. I, I was thinking like how the other thing is like people's obsession with Titanic.
Hmm.
They need to let it go. Just
Yeah.
let it go. It's been what, 100 years? We're done.
Yeah. More than 100 years.
Yeah, and it's very fucking deep in the water. Leave
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Leave it there. And I don't know if you noticed, but at some point, he's talking about people being fascinated with Titanic and how they want to see it, and that the pilot of the Titanic said that not even God can drown this or can destroy this.
Hmm.
And he had said the same thing about the same fucking submarine.
Damn. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I just,
interviewer said to him, like, didn't you just say that too?
yeah. Wow.
He's like, no, yeah, but like I believe that, And then a couple of years later, bye, everyone in it. Your time has ended.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand the obsession with wanting to see a sunken boat like that. Like that doesn't seem interesting. Like the history of like people who
Just
were
watch
on the
the
ship.
movie
Sure.
Titanic. You'd be done. My
Yeah,
God. They try to replicate
sure.
as much as possible.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
it. Read books about it. You don't need to go see it.
exactly. No, I'm good. And
Yeah.
like what? It's just a hunk of metal in the
And
ocean.
it has like all this like things, seaweed and shit on it.
It's all rusted
Yeah, it's
and it's not like you
destroyed.
can actually like get out and explore it.
Oh my
Like I'm
God.
not walking around.
You can't. You
So,
can't.
okay, I just look at it. Okay, it's a rusted hunk of
Through a
metal.
window that is like this. You're
The
like, oh,
tiniest.
there it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With like your one eye
pretty
trying
much.
to look through. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just wouldn't fascinate me. That's not something that I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
Um, but some people are adventurous. I mean, people hike Mount Everest all the time and
Why? Why are you guys doing that to yourselves? Go home.
I know I don't understand it either. Yeah, as someone who likes to lay in bed as much as I can, not exactly my cup of tea,
I
but
just want to be horizontal and I want to go get a massage.
literally, yeah, and eat.
That and eat and have an Aperol spritz. Those are my four things. That is my adventure right there. Top tier
from my
adventure.
from my bedroom to the refrigerator and back. That's my
A
adventure.
dream. A dream. Why do you have to go climb the Mount Everest? Why are we
Yeah,
doing that to ourselves? Also,
I don't
sometimes
know.
I think like these things were created for us not to bother them.
That's what I think too. We can look at it and marvel, but like
But
just
humans
let it
are
be.
like, bitch, hold my beer. I'm going in, you know?
Same thing with going into outer space.
Oh my God, Katy Perry.
I know, like it's beautiful. I was obsessed with astronomy when I was little and the planets
I
and stars
wasn't.
and constellations.
Yeah.
Love that shit. I did a science report on it. I still think looking at the stars, it's a beautiful thing.
So
But
pretty
yeah, but I don't want to get in a rocket ship and be floating around in space.
with a sunflower in your hand,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Katy
I'm
Perry.
good.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like Sandra Bullock. I don't want to be floating out there.
Oh my God, the anxiety that movie gave me. Um,
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Because we're
no,
not
thank
supposed
you.
to be.
Respect the sea, respect the galaxy.
Thank you.
Oh
Just
my
look at it from
God.
afar.
Yes. Also, they give us movies about it.
Right. I know. Do we not learn anything from other
Oh my
people's mistakes?
God. Also,
We
you
always
know
think we could
how,
do better.
yeah, and you can see it from a screen. You know how Michael Scott said, "Why do I need nature when I can just have it right here on my screen?" That's
It's true.
exactly it. He's like,
We
with
are
my
Michael Scott.
air conditioner.
Yes,
Yes.
it's true.
You don't need nothing else, peeps. Go
Yeah.
home. You're tired. You can be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
This is a circle of trust right here. You
We
don't
listen
have,
and we don't judge.
we don't judge. And also, you can be yourself here. You can
Yeah.
say, I'm tired. You don't have anything to prove to anybody.
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
okay.
In fact, if you're like, oh, I went on a 10-mile hike this weekend, I'm going to roll
I'm
my
like, good
eyes.
for you. That's like our friend
Okay.
Andrea. She's like, I'm going hiking. I was like, I'm going to Vegas to gamble and drink.
And go see Backstreet
Go
Boys,
see Backstreet
baby.
Boys, and we're going to wine tasting. I'm like, that's my
I
hiking.
love that for you. That
Yes.
sounds so much
Like,
better.
that's my hiking. We are
Yes.
actually gonna go to we're actually gonna go to Arizona to like this thing that
One
has
of the
like the
national
Brown
parks.
Mountains. Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know, but we're like paying a tour and it's like 30 minutes. And I'm like, great.
Oh, that's perfect.
I'm
Okay.
like, don't wake
See?
me up at the crack of dawn to do some shit like that. I'd be pissed
Yeah.
if they do that. Yeah, no, guys,
That's nice.
stop going in the water like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. You don't need
Go
to.
home, you're tired. That's it. That's gonna
Life
be
is
the
already too
slogan.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
Um,
tired. Go home.
do you have any interesting facts about this? Or
So,
like updates?
well, I just wanted to just at least reference the victims of the Titan.
Please, please.
Yeah, because I feel like they like sort of mention them, but like not too much.
No.
So,
Also, I thought, I was like, maybe the director, the producer reach out to the families and they're just not ready to talk about it.
which I would completely understand. I
I
don't think
think in
I'd
like
want
a
to.
couple of years, we'll know more.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's still, again,
It's
it's an
still fresh.
ongoing
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
investigation. Like they're trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
So, totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so obviously, the OceanGate founder and CEO Stockton Rush, he was 61. He was
Mm-hmm.
piloting the Titan at the time of the disaster. It says he oversaw financial and engineering strategies of the company, and he left
Mm-hmm.
behind his wife Wendy and his two adult children. Then we have Hamish Harding. He was 58. He was a British billionaire explorer who is chairman of Action Aviation, a global sales company in business aviation. He is survived by
Wow.
his wife and four children. Then we have Paul Henry, I'm going to butcher this, Norello. It's French,
Okay. The
77.
dad.
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, we saw in the documentary his daughter Sydney was interviewed. So he was
Naturally.
77, French Navy veteran, maritime and Titanic expert, and director of underwater research for EM Group and RMS Titanic Inc. He is survived by
Wait,
his.
you know what that made me think?
Hmm,
That when he was in there,
mm-hmm.
he knew. He probably heard that first little snap and he's like, we're not gonna make it.
I'm
Oh,
sure. I have every reason to believe that he probably knew going down that it wasn't going to be good.
okay, keep going. Sorry, I just
No, you're fine. Yeah.
it's
He's
heartbreaking.
it's that's what I'm saying. It could have been avoided. He is survived by his wife, three children, a stepson, and grandchildren. Then we have the father and son. So the father was Shahzada Dawood. He was 48. He hailed from one of Pakistan's wealthiest families, and he served on the board of trustees for the Dawood Foundation, which is an education nonprofit based in Pakistan. He leaves behind a wife and a daughter, and his son was with him, Sulman Dawood. He was 19, a business student at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Scotland, and he had planned to join his father in working for NGRO after graduating from college. Baby. I guess the only thing I like was trying to find anything new that's been going on. There has been a lawsuit filed by the family of one of the victims against OceanGate. It hasn't stated which family member it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Dawood family.
Yeah.
Because they're wealthy, and also you have your husband and son both.
You lost both, yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's them, but that's speculation. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Recently, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the U.S. Coast Guard released a 23-second long clip in February that reportedly captured the moment of implosion.
The sound.
So officials called the static, followed by a boom and then silence, the suspected acoustic signature of the implosion.
Wow.
Additional footage provided to the Coast Guard by OceanGate showed the moment from the perspective of the submersible's tracking and communications team, which included Wendy Rush. In the clip, the team is seen monitoring data and text communications. With about 400 meters to go, a muffled thump can be heard from the Titan, prompting Wendy to ask, "What was that bang?" That sound, the Coast Guard said, later correlated with the loss of communication and tracking, is believed to be the sound of the Titan's implosion reaching the surface of the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's like
So they
video that
heard
shows.
it.
Yep. Yeah. And there's like video showing that probably what happened to the submersible with the implosion and like the people inside. And it's pretty fucking awful. But
they said
the
they
only
didn't
consolation,
suffer, right? There was like,
that's what I was gonna say. The
okay.
only consolation is that it was fast.
Okay.
So, oh
I just
God. But
keep
that's the
thinking
thing. There's no
about the
bodies.
French dude.
Yeah. I mean, you're hearing the creaks and the pops, and he's
Also
probably
being
thinking in his head, merde.
literally, and also it's a guy that knows the Titanic. It's
Yeah.
it's probably a person that has done that many times with different companies.
Right. He
Uh,
has probably sailing experience and piloting and
my God.
being in the Navy and all that stuff. So like, yeah, he has experience. So he probably knew
And now
going
that I'm
down.
thinking about that lawsuit that you mentioned, T, is like
Mm-hmm.
also it makes me think of like, yeah, there's a family doing a lawsuit, but basically they all signed that contract,
Mm-hmm.
like signing their lives away.
Yeah, I mean, they showed it in the documentary of like
Mm-hmm.
that it said that they're not responsible
Yeah,
if you die.
yeah. You die,
So,
basically. Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah.
terrible.
Fucking bummer.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
if we learn anything today is to respect the sea.
amen.
Jesus Christ. Well,
Yeah.
um, next week we
Yikes.
will review Straw.
Yes.
I
I'm
think
excited.
yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to watch it.
Hmm.
Um, We hope everything is a little bit calmer out there in the world. We hope we still
Please.
make it by Monday
Oh my
next week.
gosh.
We
Jeez
hope we're
Louise.
very much alive.
No World War III, please.
Please. Please, I'm not even in my home country.
Yeah. No, I know.
Um, but yeah, everyone, thank you for listening. Rate, review, and subscribe. Thank you for your patience about last week. We just had to figure it out, you know? Um, but thank you for listening.
Life. Just life is lifing. That's all.
Exactly.
And I guess
Um,
until next week.
until next week. Goodbye.
Bye.